ships doing strafing, like whole stars are just disappearing in a turn. Dropship
How
strafing
many
runs.
units were on the table when you did that?
We had two actual battalions on the ground map versus a whole
Oof.
cluster on the ground map. And I say ground map specifically because on the other table was the space map.
Ouch. That is a
It
lot of
was
people.
it was all of our combat dropships and I think we had captured a Falcon Fredessa versus two Burok Karak class transports, which are still armed.
Yeah.
And we did take our own fair share of losses. That was the first game where we had to stop and look up rules because one of our guys was I wasn't in the service at the time, so I didn't know this was a thing, but one of our guys was, and he was like, wait a minute. If we're flinging artillery shells back and missiles back and forth, and dropships and aerospace fighters are coming down, do we need to roll to like make sure the airspace is clear? Turns out Battletech does not have rules like that. You do not
What?
have to make sure the airspace is clear when you fire an artillery mission while strafing runs and dive bombing runs are happening.
If you're saying
Fantastic.
you said the words Battletech don't have rule for this, that's impossible. There's rules for, hornets nests and in your cockpit or something. Like
Throwing
there are
artifacts.
rules. There are rules for everything. Well, I welcome everybody in. I don't think there's a whole lot of people live right now, but we're gonna probably have a few people walking in. We've got Tanky with us, regaling us with stories of clicky tech and putting way too many things on the same table. We've got Night Lancer here with us, another popular YouTuber. Well, popular enough. He's in the grand scheme of things. He's with us. He's a great guy. I've enjoyed his content and I've enjoyed his interaction whenever we are working together. We've got the Crab Man and Fubal's here, but he might not participate a whole lot, but that's okay. We've got all sorts of discussions we want to do. I do want to go over MegaMek a little because that's what a few people have asked for, and we've got even people in the lineup here that are asking for it. So, but yeah, the factory is back in business. I've got my nozzles back for my printer, so I'm finishing up the Tundra Wolves. It is a cool model,
yeah.
but I'm not sure I'm going to.
Maybe this is a post-show quest. Maybe this is a post-show question, but when do you need a Tundra Wolf by?
Not quite sure yet. Right now I'm painting iron cheetahs and shrikes. I've got those Omni fire starters I'm working on. Well, I need to start working on. I honestly don't have enough striders, so I'll probably have to start poaching off CSO and places like that. I hate doing that, but the strider is so rare that there's no good. I haven't found a good STL for like all the configurations, and I haven't found like barely anybody sharing it. So I mean, those are the things that are coming. Things like Shrikes, the Iron Cheetah, the Strider. Friday we've got the Stormwolf video coming. So I'm still blazing through as many mechs as I can.
Hell yeah.
And some of them are from Clicky Tech.
Nice. Yeah. I do admire your work ethic there.
The idea is when you're on YouTube like this, you have to keep doing things as much as possible or everybody is going to lose interest. So
true that.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Prof, you
I
said
like that is
something about the rules, but you got to remember it's CGL rules. So even if they have rules, they're not that great.
CGL is not very good at making rules. I know. I like that his size in his size comparison chart. It's all the Celestials. That sounds very ominous to me.
Well, to be fair, this was back in 2012 before all the real foolishness and silliness and craziness started happening. And I mean, maybe there are rules for what to do if cruise missiles and Arrow 4s and all that fun stuff is in the air, but you also have an airstrike coming in, a strafing run or a dive bombing run coming in. Maybe those rules do in fact exist. We couldn't find them, and we simply said, you know what, we are our gunners are timing the shots between the strafing runs and coordinating with the pilots.
It would start getting, very complex if you got to that. Let's face it, because
yeah,
it's like those World War II strategy games where you have to calculate, like, if they're Italians, you need more water because you're boiling pasta and stuff like that. There are games with that level of rules, but people don't play them.
So my buddy, who actually partook in this game, hits me up the other night, and says, "I have been following a podcast, and I can't remember what it's called, but basically there is a World War II grand combat and chain of command simulation game. It's focused solely on North Africa from like 1939 to 1943." And it has like 3,000 pages of rules. The map is a true to form map of the Mediterranean and North Africa. And it's like a 8-foot by 12-foot map. And he's describing this to me, and I'm like, man, this sounds like somebody's fever dream. I'm not even gonna lie. This does not sound real.
I don't remember if that's Allies and Axis or if it's... Yeah, I've heard of that game. It's like one of those weird things that's ridiculously complicated, and I don't think there's ever been a finished game of it.
I think...
I mean, you would say that you're the guy who invented that game.
You have a greater likelihood of playing the perfect game of Battletech, i.e., wow, we didn't have to look up a rule in the rule book, and we concluded it in a timely manner with a decisive conclusion. Wow.
That's what it is. Campaign for North Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's literally ludicrous on how in depth you have to be with it. It's hilarious.
Like you are having to check your troops' water and food levels.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
you are
just
having to do all
that
silliness.
game would be a labor of love.
Yep. Yeah, 3-meter long table that you play on.
No.
I think that's the one I was talking about with the silly joke that you have to calculate the water. I think it is that game.
Yes, that is in that one. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never seen it before, but yeah. If you look up the wiki, it says playtime up to 1,500 hours.
That was the thing. Yes. That was the thing about it, was that its playtime is like, how many days? How many days is 1,500 hours?
My brain can't comprehend it, so I'll have to calculate it.
That's almost a year's worth of work. Like 40 hours a week times 52.
62 days.
Wow.
Hey, it's the perfect...
I mean, even if you play both days on the weekend, that's more than... No, that's half a year.
It is the perfect...
I mean, you can play 2 games a year. That's wonderful.
It is the perfect summer game for the most autismic and dedicated and hardcore high school kids who have nothing better to do during summer break than to sit down and play a game that will last almost the duration
62 days.
almost the duration of summer break, depending, of course, on your school district and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day,
I don't know
you
about
can,
you.
in theory, get it done.
I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of guy who, in the middle of a house party, me and my friends opened up the kitchen table to play 40k and got a bunch of normies drunkenly hooting and hollering about which team should win, placing bets and shit. So I don't know, man. I can't think of anything that doesn't get improved by having access to
You have
war.
to think.
Absolutely.
Look
What
at
up,
this,
Kai?
though,
What
okay?
up?
Look at this here. You also need 8 to 10 players.
Yes.
Okay, boom. There's the house party.
Bang.
What
type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand.
Like every guy that's into it in your school can maybe do.
But,
I mean, this is not just a game, but I mean, look at the price on eBay.
Yes.
It goes for like 1,100.
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
but
that is a bit expensive.
I'm sorry to I haven't been online up until right now. I'm assuming you've already done the intro to how to get MegaMek running part of the video.
We haven't got there yet.
No, we're just chatting right now.
Okay, well,
we're not going to do a section on installing MegaMek.
There's no installation.
There's a much better video for that, right?
Well, I have made one. I don't know about
installation bit.
To be quite fair,
many voices.
I'm actually doing everything in my power to stall and delay while I get my paint stuff cleared away, so I can go back inside, boot up the computer, and go along with y'all on this. Yeah.
Well, the video I made a while ago, it may not be highest quality by any shake of the word, but it does tell you everything you need to know about getting where to find the up-to-date Java, getting the Radmin working, and all of that
Radmin is the thing. Radmin is the thing that I haven't done yet, and I told you the other night, I do need to update my cache because there's certain pieces that aren't in the.
You need to update your MegaMek version.
Radmin is one of your friends. We're gonna go through the post I did, kind of here. Like, what is the best way to play Battletech, or at least the easiest to the most complex ways and whatever?
I learnt the tabletop.
Airbrain Scheme Battletech.
I learnt the tabletop on MegaMek, but this is also a good thing. If you don't mind, unlearning a few of the elements of the gameplay.
Basically. But, I mean, it'll get you in just the universe.
Yes.
Very easily.
All of the numbers and
it'll
the stat
get
book.
you an understanding of how things
I was about to say
work.
all the numbers and
the
stats
stats and the
wrong.
numbers are
ballistic weapons.
The numbers and stats are close, but you'll notice that the autocannons are better in Airbrain Scheme than they are in real life. But I mean, a lot of people have a very good knowledge and everything, and a very good understanding of Airbrain Scheme Battletech, and keep saying that it's the greatest thing ever.
I love it.
Play it vanilla
once
again now, and you'll notice it's not that great.
Well, but play it vanilla once first, so you can experience it without a day-long loading screens, thanks to Rogue Tech.
Exactly.
Most
people will say go to Rogue Tech, go to Rogue Tech, go to BTA 3062. Those are great game, and I mean, out of those 355 hours played on this legal version, I mean, most of it is on BTA and on BTA 3062.
Yes.
But I did a clean run once, and it is not that great of a game. If you do that clean run, you'll notice that it's very clunky. There's very few mechs. There's very few everything. It is.
I may not be a comp sci master, but I did like that all the items and such were stored as JSON files that were written in basic English.
Yes.
I rebalanced everything.
That's a Paradox thing, actually.
Yeah, I rebalanced everything.
It's Paradox Online does.
And
Paradox Online is actually a great company for people who like modding.
Yes.
A lot of people don't like them, but I mean, if you like modding, I did a full mod pack back in the days for Arts of Iron 3, trying to turn Canada to a country that it resembled more what Canada was during World War II. That was fun and useless. Let's go with that. But I mean, it was very easy to do. I didn't need to learn much because, I mean, I do have my computer science degree, so I understand basic programming. So it was really easy for me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I was going to say, when the game launched, though, you're complaining about Rogue Tech being slow. The first time it came out, it
was awful. Yeah, no, but they did good work. They made interesting gameplay, but I think they took it a bit far. 3062 is, I think that one was the better option.
But I mean, if you look at the price for it, it is quite expensive still. Really wait until there's a sale. When there's a sale that it generally goes 75 to 80% off. And that's with all DLC, 75 to 80% off as well. So don't buy it full price. But I mean, I think that's a rule for everybody who's, generally gaming nowadays. Don't buy it full price.
Yeah, no.
But at a discount, it is perfectly reasonable.
Oh yeah,
but MechWarrior 5, well,
yeah,
I bought 4 people copies of this when it came out.
Yeah,
if
you are going to mod it,
you
spending a lot of time
package?
in loading screens, and it crashes, and then it's like, oh no, insert head on desk.
I didn't have the crashing problems.
Okay, maybe it's because
it does still.
The thing is,
it does still have all those issues that Modern Bloatware has.
It's not a that hungry game as far as a video card.
No, it just
goes.
You just need to restart the client every few missions.
I'm gonna jump back in here, and I'm gonna jump back in here in a few. And whatever I miss about the MegaMek, I'll just pick it up when I rewatch tomorrow because I'm a vain, arrogant narcissist who likes the sound of his own voice. So
thank you for
I'll get it figured out. Hey,
no, but we're gonna
first step.
We're gonna chat still. Anyways,
the first step to overcoming the problem is to admit you have a problem, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, hey, I'll be back,
Online,
fellas.
the other big one out there, I don't think is a good introduction for anybody right now.
No, it's full of pros and sweats nowadays. That can be good if you are one, but if you're just trying to get into a new franchise, this is not the way.
There's a lot of content, but the content is gate-kept by some of the craziest gamers out there.
And it's also behind so many paywalls.
Exactly.
Back in the days of Kong Interstellar, we used to say, don't feed the pig, but now it's nigh impossible.
I mean,
because look at that.
Submit to the snail. Dear Lord.
I have a feeling there's a few of those.
Quite.
This is a bit insane here. Let me turn off the volume of my computer. There we go. But I mean, and it's not small packs like Warframe where you can get a $4 pack and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I've got a $4 little pack of things. Yeah, I could do a little bit of fun. No, those are all $20 each.
Don't recommend Warframe. Those poor people who haven't learned yet.
I love Warframe.
I was a whale up until I forget which hack.
I play Warframe on and off like every 2-3 years. I jump.
Oh, I'm talking about MOA.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't say nothing. I have submitted to the snail. I can never leave.
But I mean, it is the game that brought Battletech back on the map, more or less, before you're online.
Yeah, no, PGI may have predatory pricing and grind being completely unenjoyable, but PGI did a service to the Battletech setting that no one else had for decades. They made it so that you can actually have your mechs without Harmony Gold suing your ass when you put them on your game.
There you go.
True.
So, they did a very important thing. So they did make MechWarrior 5 as well. So that's a good one.
Yeah, let's go to MechWarrior 5, which is
there we go.
Look here, it's the price of 2 packs for MechWarrior.
I have to disappear.
That's fine. It's the price for 2 packs of MechWarrior Online, and you get a lot more missions and a lot more mechs. We're going to say I to Argyle is motorcycle cycle is fixed, which is a great thing. You usually want your motorcycle to work. But it's the end of the summer, though, unless you're in the upside down land. So it's not as good, I guess. But still. MechWarrior 5 is a good introduction to the setting. You're into Succession Wars, so nothing's too stupidly fancy. But when you find the fancy stuff, they actually feel like you got a big reward. You get an Ultra AC5 or an LB10X and MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and you're happy. You're in heaven. It is a great piece of gear. Even double heat sinks here, just incredible there.
I might actually have everything up until the Marauder 2 that I bought
for MechWarrior Online.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I mean, it's understandable if you're a fan of the franchise. Perfectly understandable. I've got some people complaining that MechWarrior 5 took more time to deal with the mech bait in the actual game. The mech bait is really cool. Okay, there is that. And the AI is really dumb. There is also that.
Yes.
Probably one of the dumbest AI out there. Hopefully it gets upgraded to the MechWarrior 5 Clans AI or closer to it in the next expansion. I'm not saying that MechWarrior Clan is also, a good game there for the AI. The AI in MechWarrior Clan is not that much better, but it is better than MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries.
Your teammates are the ones that have horrible AI.
Yeah. Well, the bad guys are in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. Most of the time is not that bad because they're just going to try to rush you and kill you, which is, what I expect. The problem is when you play Solaris Showdown and you do those battle maps where it's a every man for himself, like an 8 or 12 man melee, and the people are just turning in circle, just going in circle, doing nothing.
So they put it like Alien Colonial Marines.
I mean, PGI is not the biggest company out there. Their big game, remember, is still a multiplayer game. So their knowledge of AI was probably fairly limited when they were messing with this. I'll be honest with everybody here.
Well, don't forget also the person who was in charge of kinetics and swappable ammo left early on. And he was the only person who knew how to code that stuff.
Oops.
Whoopsie daisy.
But I mean, with the base game itself, with now that there's all the expansions, I mean, a lot of stuff is patched in, but you do need the X packs to really, have fun with it. The Jump Ship Edition is the minimum.
Actually made it a lot better too.
Yeah, I play on PlayStation 5, so I have no idea how the mods go for that.
It's basically you almost have all the options of BTA 3062,
which is pretty good. But if you look, the most of the expansions is a campaign that is added on to the game. The only one that is very weak is Call to Arms, because that's the introduction of the Hatchet Man, which is very mediocre. It's an Hatchet Man, but it's still fun because it introduces a whole lot of melee weapons and a whole lot of mechs with melee weapons, which is fun. Kestrel Lancers is the most fun, in my opinion. Heroes of the Inner Sphere is not a single campaign. It's a bunch of missions across the entire map. Across the entire map.
Hello.
And it gives you a special hero mech when you complete the mini campaigns. It's a bunch of mini campaigns, 3-4 missions. And they're really fun. And they make it, if you're doing the main game, they make it so you don't have to really grind anything. Or just do those mini campaigns, and you're going to have enough money, you're going to have enough mechs, and you're going to have enough everything to just keep going. Rise of Rasselhaig is super fun. It is super fun and super sad because you really help Rasselhaig get into position and get ready to go. And then, well, it's Rasselhaig. It's what's going to happen after.
Dang, suffering agony even.
Dragon's Gambit is also fun because you play the War of 39 on the side of the Curetans, which is not what I was expecting. I was expecting we'd be playing on the side of the Fedcoms. So that is actually a whole lot of fun. Not very different, but you got some cool custom mechs and some cool. The missions themselves are really cool. So this is another good one. Solaris Showdown, I wasn't impressed with at all. The mech they introduced, the Roughneck, is cool. That's one of their own PGI mech, and I'm perfectly okay with it. It's a loader mech that's turned into a battle mech. I love that kind of aesthetic and that kind of fun with mechs, so perfectly good with that. But the gameplay of the missions are not super fun. The Solaris or the arena style missions are not super fun, to be quite honest. Upcoming expansion, Shadow of Kerensky. Well, we have no idea what it's going to look like. They've announced the Atlas 2 that's going to be added into it, and the Omnimax. So I would probably have preferred if they had added some more of the mechs from MechWarrior Online to it before things like the Atlas 2 and the Bull Shark. But that's just me. So is this a good introduction to Battletech? If you want to bang big mechs around, I would say so, personally.
Yep. If your computer can handle it.
Yeah. Or if you have a PS5. It's probably on Xbox One as well. Well, yeah,
yes, it is.
More than likely.
Yeah.
So
it's a good game.
That's where I play Clans.
Yeah.
Or I tried to play Clans and it just did not work.
Oh, well.
My wee little laptop could not deal with it.
Yeah. This one is far more power intensive as a game than many other games out
there. Once you get to it's not Luthien, the planet before it just freezes to a halt on.
Okay. That's not super fun. I never had any problems with my PS5. I'll be happy with that. Clans is more story-based. Let's be honest. There's a lot more story to it. Is it a great story? It's good enough. It does what it's meant to do, let's say. But it's still not that expensive. At $38.99, and you'll easily see discounts up to... the biggest one I've seen, I think, was 25%. So it's not super cheap yet, but it's pretty. It's not super expensive. The expansion is really fun. I had more fun in Ghost Bear Flash Storm than the main game.
Yes, yeah, except for the dropship mission where you're on the warship mission.
The warship mission is it's one of those. What do you call those? It's a wall, or what do the kids call those things there?
Meat wall.
Yeah, it's the thing that's going to stop you from playing the game if you're not good enough at it, basically.
No, my issue was one of the mechs fell off the warship.
Yep. I was careful and put jump jets on everyone. I usually 8 jump jets in MechWarrior games in general. Not just MechWarrior 5. Since MechWarrior 2, I haven't been a fan of the jump jets in Battletech.
I was going to say, that's because MechWarrior 2, you could use the insert home, page up, delete, end, and page down as directional jump jets.
Mm-hmm. But,
that
I mean, I had...
was a long time ago.
That was a long... didn't they just re-release it?
The console version.
Oh. Okay, it's not as good. But, better than nothing. But I mean, it gives you another way to get in. But I mean, if you want to get into Battletech and just learn a little bit, MechWarrior Clans is a very good gateway once again. So there's a decent number of PC games. Are they the greatest ever? Probably not. But I personally like MechWarrior 5 more than most of the other ones. Having played all of them, some people will say I'm crazy for saying that, but
I mean, I'm back now, and I just want to say I don't know anything about BattleTech lore, but these Rasselhog guys, they sound really, really cool, and I sure hope their empire lasts 1,000 years.
Nothing bad ever happened to the Swedes.
The best two games for BattleTech were MechWarrior 3 and Mech Commander 2.
R2R.
No, I don't have those. I actually am looking at my shelf right now. I don't know where past Big Tanky got them from. I have MechWarrior 2 Expansion Pack, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, MechWarrior 4 Vengeance, Mercenaries, Inner Sphere, and Clan Mech Pack. And they're all on CD-ROM, and I can't run them on my damn laptop.
Yep.
Welcome to the wonderful world of having to buy a whole computer.
Even if you had the disk drive for them, chances are they would not run anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I'm going to have to...
is a nightmare to get to work on any computer.
I got MechWarrior 3 to work. The one I've had struggled with is the expansion pack Pirate's Moon. Even when it launched, it had issues with joystick recognition.
Ooh.
And Zipper closed up shop right after it released, so take it for what it's worth.
Mech Commander was solid. Mech Commander 1 was very experimental. Mech Commander 2 was great. Let's just go with that. That's
I do miss those cutscenes that they used to put in games back. I mean, that's almost a hallmark of the golden age of gaming.
Live action cutscenes.
Yes.
Yeah, live action cutscenes. I mean, once that died, when that died around the early 2000s, it was like it was downhill from there.
The last game I remember with them is Red Alert 3 with Tim Curry as Stalin or whatever, and things going really crazy. And that's the only thing that's good in that game is the live action cutscenes.
It's fair.
Didn't Gina Carano play the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She was the Russian saboteur or slash.
Isn't that great? So after that, the next best way to play BattleTech is probably to play BattleTech. You know, grab the box that you bought with the 8 mechs in it and read the rule book and play that. You don't need anything else fancy. You don't need any super weird rules. You don't need anything. Just grab that box, grab what's in it, and play with it. Once that's done, you can go grab the Clan Invasion box, and then you have the fancier equipment. It's a little bit more complex to play because some of the stuff's a little bit fancier. But I mean, in the end, it's numbers on a chart. And the R-Large laser is going to hit at a certain range. It's going to deal a certain amount of damage. It doesn't really make the game more complex, except maybe double heat sinks. Nothing else is really more complex. You just take hits, you take damage, you cross off things. That's probably the next easiest way of doing it.
Can I make another suggestion that's really out there?
Sure.
Quick start rules and a bunch of bottle caps and some dice.
There you go.
That's all you need to play BattleTech.
I mean, we add cardboard foldouts in the 2nd edition box, and then cardboard foldouts from the reinforcement boxes back in the days. I mean, you don't need anything fancy
City Tech
to play
1
BattleTech.
had the foldouts too.
Which one?
City Tech 1.
City Tech 1, yes.
City Tech 2 had Clan and Inner Sphere minis.
Yeah.
Well, when I started out, I didn't know nothing, so I ended up with the Clan Invasion box, and I used the heck out of the little cardboard cutouts it came with and just proxying everything.
There's no reason not to. And I mean, I don't know if it's still floating around. There's a guy that did all the mechs as cardboard foldouts, like back in the day. That is available for like download somewhere. It's just you put it on a piece of paper. I had printed it on not super thick cardboard. I had printed a whole bunch of them. I don't know where that box went.
I vaguely remember there was even a catalyst products, which I think you can just download for free now, where there was a box where it had just the cardboard cutouts of all the Alpha Strike card pictures, and you can use that and then make the little standees. But I think you can find that and print it out for free at this point.
I mean, there was multiple cardboard cutout products like Reinforcements 1, Reinforcements 2, some other things.
They did put out a reinforcements box for the Clan Invasion Kickstarter, where it was in fact all the mechs from the Clan Invasion Kickstarter, so like the 2 Comstar levels and stuff, but they were all as cardboard. Problem was the problem with that box was it was like a $30 box for basically cardboard. The cool thing about that box was the map that came in it. It was the battle for Twycross. English, Tanky, do you speak it? Twycross.
No.
Yes. To include the Great Gash.
Quaitos.
So apparently,
the battle for Qui-Gon Jinn.
Fold out.
There you go.
For Qui-Gon Jinn. Apparently, Pointman's saying that you can get the foldouts for free on Sarna as a download. Great.
Hey, Sarna does good things every now and then.
Also had them for free.
The who? What?
The problem with Sarna is their editorial team. Sarna itself.
Wait, don't you just mean
does
one
what
person?
Sarna can do? No. If you go to the Sarna Discord, you'll see that there's more than a few little odd ones coming in and out. Let's say. Alpha Strike itself, is it a good game? You know me, I'm going to say no. My problem with Alpha Strike is, yes, it's faster. Yes, you can play bigger games, etc. But if I want to play a big game of Battletech, that's what I've got MegaMek for. Okay. Alpha Strike is a bad version of Heavy Gear 3rd Edition or Blitz. That's the problem I really have with it. There is a better game that does the exact same thing with robots, tanks, infantry, power armors, you name it. And it just does it better.
I've honestly...
so why would I play the...
Well, you know, what I was going to say in our pre-stream discussion when I was regaling about Clicky Tech and big battles long fought and whatnot, Alpha Strike does a good job of... Like what I had said was that Clicky Tech is what you could do to put a whole ass combined arms company down on a table and get in like 5 games in a day. Alpha Strike does that, but slightly better because you don't have a clicky dial that you either have memorized or have to hope that as you take damage, like something good's gonna pop up on it. It's just the way the dial system, the dial damage tracking system worked. But it's not as customizable as Clicky Tech was, but I mean, there's really no reason for it to be that level of customization because some of the stuff in Clicky Tech was like, what the hell is improved targeting? I'm just putting this on everything because I can, you know? You can't really do that with Alpha Strike. I feel like it's pretty... I think it's pretty good. I like it.
What I don't like about it is you really just feel like you're pushing blobs of numbers on the field.
I mean, it can.
And not actual units. Yeah.
It can feel that way.
It is too different. It has really a different feel to it that I don't like. And like I said, if I wanted to field a large combined army with kind of simplified rules, well, for $55, I get my Southern Army box for Heavy Gear. I get a good chunk of gears, and after that, if I want to get the other stuff, it's not that much more expensive. And I've never had any problems with the people at DreamPod 9. Actually, the service I've got for them every single time was awesome. One time I ordered stuff from them, and I was like, yeah, you sent me a Crusader. I wanted a Crusader 4. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just send it to you. And within, the next day I got it because it was shipping from Montreal.
Nice.
So I was like, okay.
I mean, to your point about you feel like Alpha Strike is just pushing numbers around on a board. I mean, any game can be that if you think like that. I mean, we got a local guy that whether he's playing Battletech, whether he's playing Warhammer, whether he's playing a freaking Osprey Publishing indie game of Napoleonic skirmishes, he only ever treats any game he plays as a series of mathematical equations and numbers with some models on the table as representation of the math working out in real time, essentially.
Yeah.
Test.
I mean, any game can be that way.
Hi, Tess.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just, like I said, if I wanted to do that, there's a better game for it out there.
Now, I would suggest the Alpha Strike box as the preferred first buy because you actually get Intersphere and Clan stuff, so you can play with both.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell,
it's better value for your buck.
It's a little bit more expensive, but it's not that bad.
Especially compared to things like Warhammer starter
get it
boxes,
for-
it's a fantastic price.
And the amount of
in Canada
stuff you get with it is phenomenal.
Yeah, for all the CGL's problems,
in Canada, I can get it now for $85. $85 for 13 minis, plus the cards and the plus.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of what comes with the rest of it, but 13 minis is pretty good, and you've got what it needs. But you have the Alpha Strike rules, where you'll probably need to go get the Commander's Edition, and then the Revised Commander's Edition, and then the all the erratas.
Honestly,
just get the errata.
Well, you could just buy this and the basic, like the beginner box set, or just the basic box set. Costs you a bit of money, but combined, that's actually pretty good, I think, because you get 8 more Intersphere mechs, or you can buy the clan box instead and get this with it. And honestly, I see it as
you get a good selection. You get a good selection of mechs, both for the Intersphere and the clan.
The Wraith is kind of obscure, but it's still a fun inclusion.
And for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, Amazon always... It seems like every time I turn around, Amazon is discounting the Alpha Strike box down to I've seen it as low as $30 before, dude.
Dude, if you see that again, toss me a link, okay?
Dude, if that happens, I'm gonna buy another Alpha Strike box if that happens again.
Of course, yeah. No, but let me know
if I see that. If I see that, I'll buy 6 so I can have my regular unit of Wraith, because you can't have more than you can't have.
I forgot what was
too many Wraiths.
Essentials box, that Solaris box that came out, and I was able to pick that up from Target for $15.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, Target
dropped that thing like a sack of taters, man. They dropped that thing so fast.
They were not selling. They weren't selling.
Well, the problem was that they wanted more product, and CGL fucked up.
You don't say.
Really?
I don't believe you.
They wanted a wave 2. They wanted wave 2.
It is impossible.
And,
Wraith.
CGL could not provide.
How hard would it have been for Catalyst to put a Prometheus die sheet and a single elemental on a single stand in a box? Boom. Prince of Havoc box. Just like the cover art for the book.
Oh, no. I mean, there's a million things they could have done. But
like I keep saying, there's every other
there you go. Here's a
era has a field manual and a book to go over it. But the two that don't are actually the Clan Invasion and 3025.
Here you go, Prof.
Oh, I mean, I've got a rate model.
Well, no. It's just the pose on this one.
Yeah, that one you showed.
Oh, it's so cool.
It is really cool. It is really cool.
All right.
Oh, nice.
But and if you want other tanks, you can get other tanks here with the CEF box. The thing is, with the one difference with heavy gear is that the mechs are not the biggest thing in heavy gear. The tanks are going to be bigger, so it does have more of a combined arms feel compared to Battletech, which is, let's face it, Battletech is a mech game.
Oh, yeah.
The tanks, the airplanes, everything else is an extra. I know people will be really mad at me for saying that, but Battletech is a mech game. It is not a combined arms game. The combined arms stuff is an extra, and it's always been.
I'm sorry, if you're trying to say that wasn't from the start, that's just copium. Like you're trying to make or like some kind of tourist argument or something, because that's like they're the stars of the show.
Wait. Do they have the massive super heavy tank now? Come on. I click on new release and you're not showing me the new releases. I want to see. It shows like you've got the new ratings.
You want the freshest of plastic crack.
Because it's that thing. I mean, it wasn't lore. The model was not available when I was playing, but they had that thing that was supposed to be like basically a small land ship in terms of hover tank that the Terrans were using, and I think that's what it is. And this is like a terrifying thing.
Didn't it? Wait, is that the model that you could open it up and see like it even had like an interior and whatnot?
No, they had actual land ships for a while that they were selling.
Oh,
and
yeah,
those were. I mean, heavy gear. They tried. I mean, we say that CGL, I mean, wants to be GW, but I mean, Dream Bond 9 wanted to be FASA. So, but I mean, those tanks are sweet.
They are nice, yeah. Only thing I would do is, if you could go for like a hover tank, I would have gone for a slightly wider and flat, a little wider and flatter on the turret.
They've got different thing. I think that's an older model. Those are the more modern hover tanks, and like you said, they're more flatter at the bottom.
But those remind me of the Galactic Empire artillery units from Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. They look just like it.
But those were originally drawn in like 96 or whatever. So probably a little bit.
And those look about the size of the Quickie tanks.
Not by much.
So it's not too far off. I mean, and if they are too big, I mean, that's why God made Dremels.
Hell no.
It's the clan.
I'm pretty sure it was John Dremel who did that.
Clam. I mean,
well, 6 and 1/2 dozen the other.
The heavy gear has some awesome looking models. The price is generally pretty good. The game plays really well. It's not the biggest thing around, but
thank you.
It's fun. They and there was I don't know if the arena rules have been redone, but the arena rules were kind of cool as well. Oh, and they already have abominations. You don't need an entire box to, create something. You got a guy with a bazooka riding a dragon.
Proliferate infantry.
That's what that tank reminded me of.
Oh yeah, the Branth.
This is awesome.
Oh, all right.
Lagging.
I'm like I said, Alpha Strike's not bad. Okay, there's some people who like it. It's okay. On my end, it's the last thing I want to play if I want to play Battletech, because if I want to play Battletech, it's because I want to play Battletech. I don't want to play Heavy Gear. I don't want to play Warhammer. If I want to play Warhammer, I'll go and start spending $300 to get an army together. 300 is probably not enough.
Depends on the army. It depends on the army.
Maybe the real Alpha Strike was the friends we made along the way.
Here. There we go.
Can you please report that? Can you report the airlock? I just want to talk to you.
I mean, you make friends. You make friends. What you do is you make friends and in Battletech by going, "Hey, have you ever been Alpha Striked by a Black Hawk Prime? No. You want to see what it looks like? Sure. Boom! Whoa, dude, you turned my mech into slag, bro. And you passed your shutdown roll. You won't do that again. Watch me." And that's how you become friends.
I'll fucking do it again.
I'll do it again.
So, for me, it's a Nova H.
Oh God!
Which one's that again?
It has
The heavy
10
laser
heavy
version.
medium lasers instead of 12 medium lasers.
I like it.
As Kerensky intended.
And the only reason it has 10 heavy medium lasers is because they couldn't. I do believe that mech is crit
They couldn't
packed.
fit
I
more.
do believe that mech is crit packed to the max, to the point where they couldn't actually put any more heavy medium lasers on it.
It's a beautiful thing.
Nova H. Select.
That's what I think it is. It's ooh. I remember designing a
So,
custom
yes,
one that
you
had
got
4 in
10.
each. Ooh.
You got 10 heavy medium lasers, and the rest
Ooh.
is heat sinks, and that's not enough.
No,
pretty-
it's not.
Full movement
See, with
and shooting, you're just at 75 though, and you soak 40, so you're only
you're
shut
just
down for
at
2 turns.
75.
That just means you're shut down for a turn and a half. It's not that bad.
I think the only thing I did on mine was I swapped 2 of the heavy mediums for 2 more sinks. I think it's the only thing I did on my custom version of that, because it's like,
Where's the
Twitter
fun
talk.
in that?
Yeah,
Where's the fun
replace
in that?
the heat sink with 2 heavy medium lasers. Be a man.
See, the thing is,
you replace
the thing is
2
that,
of the double heat sinks with 4 heavy small lasers.
there we go.
In case something gets close, you know.
see, the thing with the Blackhawk Prime versus the Blackhawk Hotel is that with the Prime, you can at least say, okay, I will alpha strike you with all of these. There's a chance I might not shut down if I make my roll really, really good. But with the Hotel, it's like, oh yeah, I can alpha strike you exactly 1 time before I shut down. But by God, is it going to be glorious?
Just got to hit.
Eat 87, soaks 36 with 4 heavy small lasers, as God intended. God,
If I had a Nova H, I would name it the Valhalla Express.
that is the appropriate answer.
Fair.
Okay, I mean it's like congratulations, MechWarrior. You are unblood named.
You broke up.
Broke up.
I mean, between the Nova H and the regular Hunchback 2C, the Nova H has a higher chance of survival. So, you know.
Do you choose a Hunchback 2C or do you choose a Blackhawk Hotel?
Isn't there an Hunchback 2C that's a heavy laser boat? Or is
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Heavy large lasers. 4 heavy large lasers, I believe. It's the second model, I
that's
think.
an ATM boat.
It's like,
Yeah, 4 heavy large lasers. That is also.
yeah, a couple of mediums, just medium.
Yeah.
pieces.
And
Honestly, normally
it's going to he never got a blame.
but I would honestly normally I defend them. But I would with medium pulses just give more, just to throw another heatsink and some more armor. That's why I would do that thing. If I had to, if I had to use it, it's like
Is there room for that?
Wait a
rip out
minute.
the. How do you open up multiple mechs like that? I don't know how you open up multiple.
There's no room.
There's no room. The medium pulse lasers.
No.
I mean,
Rip those out. Replace it with another double heatsink, and then just up the armor, because it has shit armor.
up. No, but then it wouldn't be a Hunchback 2C. Where's the fun in that?
It needs
I
belly.
mean,
Not-
the
I say
chances
not-
of
not-
Valhalla decrease with every
Not being a
heavy
retarded
laser you
climber.
remove.
I mean, the better option would be just to rip out the jump jets.
There you
I can
go.
agree to that. Honestly, I can agree to that.
Pulse, then the jump jet.
Put sinks in his legs.
84. Eats 84, sinks 38. I mean, you're already sinking 38, and that's
Well,
not enough.
remove the. I mean, don't include the pulses when you fire them. Like, when you just fired the heavy larges, what's your head looking at that way?
It's 4 times 18. So,
1836, 72.
so I mean, those are the silly mechs out there.
Right.
And yes, you can open more than one thing in the MegaMek Lab for 5006. You just have the little things at the top. You've got good old tabs like the new Windows. That is a problem, I would say, with MegaMek. They're
I don't see
releasing
that.
versions very, very often.
Oh, okay, so that's probably outdated then. I gotta check that.
And they slowed down a little bit because their next big release is supposed to be around October this year. And when I say big release, is because they're actually switching a few things around and integrating a little bit more things together. And they've been going with some of the more recent stuff with a Windows like interface for some things, which is a good thing because a lot of people are Windows savvy.
Right.
And it's a problem with a lot of
Oh, yeah, I
us.
need to update this. Yeah.
It's a problem with a lot of us. There's people who just aren't used to computers as like the Gen X and the millennials, the early millennials are. You've got a lot of kids that, if it's not an app that shows up as an icon, they don't know how to use it. I might sound ageist or ableist for saying that, but
Truly.
Are you saying if they saw a command prompt, they'd freak out and have an existential crisis?
Yes.
Probably.
But I do that anyway.
It is the command prompt, a thing I use every day at work. Okay.
I've completely
First thing,
forgotten
we're
how
going to
to-
start with the first thing first.
Sorry
When you
about
get your
had to
MegaMek
run,
GP updates,
when you had to do boot
Flush
disks for
DNS,
MechWarrior 2 to make your computer work with it.
Oregon Trail Generation represent. Agreed, Argyle.
There you go. Once you've
Nice.
extracted your
Well,
MegaMek,
if you're
it'll
from-
come out as a folder called Mech with whatever you named it. In my case, it comes out as Mech HQ 5006. Yeah, there. Find your folder, and you'll have the 3 modules in it: MegaMek, MegaMek Lab, and Mech HQ. If you are from the Zoomer generation and such, you will want to create shortcuts by right-clicking, create a shortcut. Yes, I'm in French, but that's me.
Gross.
But create a shortcut and then take the shortcut and put it on your desktop. It'll be easier for you if you do that. If you're
And
like
pro
me and you
tip-
know where it is, who cares?
Yeah, pro tip, if it doesn't install the first time, just delete the System32 folder to increase more RAM.
Leave them off.
Autoexec.bat. I don't need that. Delete. Ooh.
Oh, no. No, 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 no.
Did you do that? Did you do that, sir? Sir, did you do that? Did you redeem? No, sorry.
Why did you redeem?
So once you open MegaMek, okay, the easiest module to use. We'll start with the easiest module to use. Mech HQ, I've never used. Personally, never used it. Some people like it. You learn how to use it. That one I haven't even touched. The easiest to use is MegaMek Lab. MegaMek Lab is basically just a tool to look at the mechs and customize them, make your own mechs, make your own everything. MegaMek Lab is super easy to use and relatively, I'll go with that, user friendly. I have it already open here, but I'm just gonna close it so we have oh no, all unsafe change will be discarded. You want to? I don't like that window. Usually when you have a thing like that, it's no. Here you have to say yes. Never mind. Okay. Another thing you need to know:
hate to say
MegaMek
this,
is
last time
not
I
the
used
fastest
MegaMek
thing around.
as
It's
when
coded in
Mech-
Java.
HQ came out. That was like what version?
Ouch.
Something
Okay.
12?
I mean, I've jumped various versions here, but recently I've been more or less up to date to be able to play with people. So, is it wanting to not open? Is that the problem I have right now? Ah, there it is. So, MechLab is a pretty simple little tool. Load up existing unit, new whatever you want to build, and it just brings you to that interface we had before. Takes a second to load. and it's pretty straightforward. From there, you choose the year, you choose the tech level, and it should allow you to put pretty much whatever you want on whatever you want. You can do all sorts of fun things: clan, intersphere, mixed. Have fun with it. If you start talking to Hellkite enough, he'll teach you how to actually break the system. Okay, he actually knows how to break it and let you build mechs that are invalid but valid in the rules if you go with the really weird construction rules. But this is really straightforward. You can build any mech that exists, and pretty much everything that was ever published is in the data file that you can download. So you have access to a lot of mechs in there. So you don't have to worry about that too much. So if you want to customize something, if you want to make your own mech, if you want to make an aerospace fighter, battle armor, whatever you want, you're able to pull it from there. Is it great? It is odd, but that is what it is. So this is the simplest module in MegaMek, and I think anybody can really that knows Battletech. We'll go with that. You have to know Battletech. Will be able to use it. So let's close out of that. I said let's close out of that, so I have to click yes. It's the opposite of what you do with everything else. It might be because they're coding originally from Linux, which is a bit weird. MegaMek itself, once you launch it, will look like this. The image here will change depending on the version. This image is pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. Your base thing to do when you open it up, you've got start a new game, load a saved game, scenarios, which some people use, but it's weird. Connect to a game will allow you to connect to somebody else. Map editor, skin editor. Map editor is actually quite fun. There's most of the things you can do from there, so it's pretty useful. While skin editor allows you to make your own custom skins or colors for your mechs. So nothing super fancy with the two bottom option here, but it can be fun. The important bits are generally start a new game and connect to a game. How to start a game? Well, if you're just playing on your own computer, if you start a game and you click OK, you're good to go. It'll load up the game. You just have to put on the name and you're pretty much good to go. There are a lot of MegaMek servers out there. There's things you can do. You can connect to them out from all sorts of things. Yes, but the simplest way to actually play is to do that very simple single-player game, playing with yourself, start a new game.
Someone said playing with themselves?
There you go. You choose your name. You don't need any server password. Ports 2346. And you're good to go. And it'll load up the game. When you do connect to a game, what you need is the server address where the game is. How do you get the server address, or is there something you can do there? Okay, Point Man, you're on 47.17. Go to the MegaMek website and download the latest version. There is no update button. It is not a fancy Windows app. You have to download each package individually. I said package.
Remember, the game knows where it is because it knows where it isn't.
Exactly. But everybody has to have the same version to play together. Okay, it is an important thing. And another thing that is important here, if you have a MegaMek server, there's people that will have public servers or private servers for MegaMek. They'll give you the server address, which port to connect to. You enter that here. The easiest way to not have to fight with that is our friend Radmin VPN, who is absolutely not the sponsor of today's video, because I don't think they sponsor anybody. I mean, it's a free VPN that anybody can download. It is super simple. It is super light. And what it really is meant to be, it's not a VPN to hide your identity. It's not a VPN to surf from Canada, but pretend I'm in Nigeria, or protect me against scammers. No, it's literally a VPN to create like a local area network, just like when we did LAN parties a long time ago. Basically, you create yourself a network, and you invite your buddies to the same network. Put a password on it. I'll just do it here. You download Ramnin for free. You do create network. I'll call it potato. The password will be potato. Confirm password potato. And I've created the potato network in Ramnin. Oh, it's too simple. Oops. Oh, the network name already exists. That's why. Oops. There, I'll delete it anyways. But see, I've created the potato network, and then I'll be able to invite all of my buddies in. And once they're in,
can I chime in real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Point Man, I just downloaded the newest version of it. When you first start it up, it actually gives you the option to import your settings from an old version of MegaMek Lab. So I just updated it, and I got like my Guardian, the Black Nova, and all that. It's all loaded into the new MegaMek here.
They have actually been improving on that recently for ease of thing. I'll just delete that network because I'm never going to use it. But now that I have my network here, if let's say I wanted to start a game with Krabby and he was the one hosting, I go here, server address. I'd put his IP address, 201.255. I'd click OK, and we'd connect together, and we'd be good to go. If you're multiple people playing at the same time, MegaMek is MegaMek. It's not always the fastest. It's not always the most stable. You've seen me play games with other people. Sometimes there's delays. Sometimes there's just plain old crashes. Generally, I don't have any issues. My home internet personally is really, really fast, but that's because me and my wife work from home like 3 days a week. And we've got our kids, we've got the TV, we've got all these things there. We need a good internet at home. So for us, it's not a problem. For people in Australia, well, they're in Australia. It's unfortunately, they're in Australia.
Womp womp.
But I mean, there's places in the US where the internet is also quite potato. So, but I mean, if
I'm in Louisiana, so and I got
but if you're playing again. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying I'm in Louisiana, not even in a big city, and I could get fiber optic internet, so that's really not an excuse there.
I mean, it really depends on who you're going to play against and whatever. But with Ramnin, at least, connection itself is going to be simple. You don't need to go and get your own IP address off of your IP config. You don't need to check which port you need to open on your box. Ramnin will do the work for you. So this is your friend if you're going to be playing MegaMek and you don't have one of those fancy servers that some people like to play on. If you're in the MRC, which is the MegaMek Regional Championship, I think, or something like that, they have their own servers and things like that for ranked games and things like that. So you have to look for it. Problem opening zip file, get 7-zip. 7-zip is what I generally recommend people use.
I still use WinRAR.
I know, but 7-zip is a little bit more. It's more efficient, and it will open RAR files as well. So,
but I paid for RAR.
What?
What?
What, you didn't? Freeloaders.
I pay for enough things.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing, when you do start a new game and you click OK, wait. MegaMek is MegaMek. It's a Java program. It's as optimized as they can get it to go. They'd probably have to rewrite the whole thing in C# if they wanted it to be far more efficient. It works, but it will need its time. So we have to wait here as I clicked go. Once you're in, things are usually not that bad. It's really the initial load up that takes a little bit. Yeah, Radmin is your friend, everybody. Remember that. It is free, and I haven't even seen a way to actually pay for it, so I'm not sure how they finance themselves. But hey, I haven't had to really update it either, so I don't know if it's a fancy thing. Never mind.
Don't think I've ever had to update
Never had to update it either. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do firewall exceptions with it. You can do all sorts of things with Radmin, but most of the times you won't really need to. And we have to wait because it's MegaMek that's MegaMeking.
That's fine. Ow!
Someone's fighting a dog and losing.
Yep. Got husky hugs.
Ugh.
Are you happy now, dog?
I gotta head out.
There we go. Waiting for server. Since I'm the server, it shouldn't be too bad. Come on, you can do it, computer. Here we go.
Once might be a chance to break out the Black Nova.
You are in. Once you are in, there are a lot of things that you can or need to set up. Generally, when you start the system, it will have the very basic rules set up. If you go to game options, it'll have the very basic rules, basically what you'd have in the starter box. Active. There's a lot of options. That's where some people get confused and start panicking, right? But don't. There's things that are easy to do. There's things that are hard to do. And another thing you can have is saving and loading your data file for the rules. They're saved as XML files, if I remember right. Oh, as a game option. Okay. Well, yeah, it saves as an XML file, so it's something that's easy to grab and send to everyone. If you know you're going to be playing with someone very often and he has his own set of rules or she has her own set of rules, let's not be sexist there, even though we know that there's not that many girls playing Battletech. You can have a set of rules that your buddy's going to send you. You just get the rule set, you load it, you're good to go. And I've got my own rule set. Some people have their own things. Let's look at a few different things here for it. The easiest thing is that you have a search. So if there's something that you kind of know the name of or kind of have an idea, well, you go with all the simultaneous things are there. Simultaneous is your biggest time-saving thing. Simultaneous firing, physical, and targeting phase is what I always recommend using, because it basically does that. Both players, or 4 players, or 6 players, if there's 6 people, everybody does all of their firing, all their physicals, and all their targeting. All of that is done at the same time. Yes, everybody has to click I'm done when they're done, but this speeds things up by a crazy amount rather than I selected that what I'm going to shoot, click done, then you select what you're going to shoot, click done, then I select with my next mech what I'm going to shoot, click done. That makes things a lot longer. Yes, it's closer to what would be in the game, but in the end, when you're doing that tabletop, you are doing simultaneous everything anyways, 3/4 of the time, unless you're playing with some weirdos. So just go to simultaneous. First thing you do when you load up the system and go get your basic option, turn on the firing, physical, and targeting simultaneous. Simultaneous deployment? No. You want to know where the other guy's deploying if you lost initiative. That's why I never turned that on. Because if you do that, both players will deploy at the same time. It'll speed things up. But you lose the feeling of, well, I know where you deployed your You're cataphract, so I'll know where to put my own things to be able to counter it. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
There you go. Everything that says advanced, if you're not used to things, don't mess with them for now. That's a good thing to say. Initiative rules. No, I should clear out the search. Well, I'll have to close it and reopen it. Oh, well, no big deal. Once you're in, it doesn't take very long, too. Initiative rules is where you mess with the initiative, and it's where I always put infantry don't count for movement and infantry don't count for initiative. That basically makes it that nobody can use infantry as a sink.
They can't tar pit you. Okay.
So that is a good way to mess with things. Some people like front loading initiative. What it does is that the team with the most units will always have to move more units early rather than late. So the opposite of what's in the actual rules. I don't like that. Some people like that. That's up to you. The one I do like to turn on most of the time is initiative streak compensation. Basically, it checks for every turn that you didn't win the initiative, it gives you a bonus through an initiative roll. So, nobody wins 17 initiatives in a row. That's just being nice to people. But I think that's a good thing to set up. There's other things that you can set up from here. That's what I normally don't turn on. Victory conditions is basically a thing that you can modify every game you're going to do. It basically checks for victory during the end phase. And, there you can choose. There's only a few different things you can choose. It's really meant for more, how do you call that? Tournament play, let's say. Kill count victory. How many do you need to kill? The game ends at which turn? If you outnumber the enemy by which percentage do you win? Destroy how many percentage of the enemy BV and you win. This is good, very good for tournament play. But it simplifies everything. Basically, if you're going to be doing those tournament style game, if you need to destroy 50% of the enemy unit, you just go here, destroy 50%. There you go. We've got a victory condition at the end of every turn. It's going to check. And if you've destroyed more than 50%, you win. Easy enough. So that's a friend here. You can check it on and off. That's an easy thing there. Basic options. This is where it's a little bit more useful. Teams roll initiatives. Basically, if you're playing with teams like multiple players, pretty good to have that done as clicked here because it's going to be per side rather than per player. I turn friendly fire on because it's fun. Skip and eligible, I recommend turning that on as well. Okay, because that basically speeds things up for the game. Everything that's not eligible to fire, not eligible to move, not eligible to do a physical attack, it's not even going to show up. It speeds things up. Here you can turn on some of your blind drops, real blind drops, double blind, various things. There's a few different things here. How many auto saves do you want? Because it should auto save every phase, but it really depends on what you want here. What is this? The construction factor for bridge? You've got different types of RNG you can turn on. I've messed with it a little and I haven't seen much of a difference. It's just because of how a computer works. For random number generation with a computer, it's never really random. It goes off the internal clocks and things like that. You can have a log of all the rolls. That gets excessive. I turned it on once and I will never do it again because it gets excessive. You can have turn timers. Once again, very good for tournament play. But for regular play, don't really think that you would need it. I'd unit tooltip, no big deal. Allow pushing off the map, turn it on or off. Indirect fire, on or off. Allow ammo dumping in the lobby. That's dumping your ammo before the game starts. For campaign play, sometimes you'd want to do that. Automatically assign AMS to the missile launcher with the most missile. This you turn on and off. It's at your discretion. Random basement is if you push someone in a building, maybe there'll be a basement, maybe there won't be. And smoke drift, well, it's just how the smoke is going to move. So this is your basic rules where you can edit what you want or what you need from for Battletech. And there's, like I said, if you mix it with what's an initiative rule, you can speed things up with the skipping and the simultaneous play. Allowed unit, very basic here. What year does the game take place in? I mean, whatever age you want. What tech level? Up to what tech level do you allow? Do you want cannon unit only? Allow invalid units. I have to do that because of Elkite. There's all sorts of things that exist on there, but normally you set that up and you're good to go. I always go with 3150 or as far ahead in the future as I can, and unofficial, because I want to be able to play everything, right? I don't want to be limited when I play MegaMek. But you can go just introductory 3025 if you want to be Gronger Tech. Go right ahead, have fun. That's what these basic things are for. You can prevent physical attacks from clans if you really don't want that to happen. So it is there. Advanced rules is where you get your fancy stuff. I don't recommend using the fancy stuff if you don't know the fancy stuff, or if you want to learn the fancy stuff. This is a great way to learn the fancy stuff. You can turn in just about everything. The minefields, hidden units, black ice, lightning storm, double blind, sensor rules, everything's going to be there. Everything that says TAC Ops is from the TAC Ops book, which is a popular book, and everybody, well, not everybody has it, but a lot of people have it, and it's, if you're going to go to a bigger Battletech game, let's say, generally, this is a pretty good thing to turn on. So there's a whole lot of different things here that you can turn on and off at your disposal. Those are my setting. It's what I use. There might be things that I actually modify here. Actually, I'd want to add ghost targets. Angel ECM rulings is good as well. Piloting skill fumble. Okay, I don't really want that. You've got a few strat ops rules as well if you want to turn on the quirks. Since all the quirks and everything is going to be automated, you've got no reason not to turn on quirks. Personally, when I'm playing MegaMek, I've seen no reason to not have quirks turned on because it's all going to do it and calculate it automatically. I don't have to have the page for the quirks open in my book to check every time I have, like, okay, what does that Panther have here? It has that quirk. What does it do? It's going to calculate it for me. So you can learn your quirks that way, and you can learn how it works. And if you don't even really want to learn it, you just click StratOps quirk anyways, and they're just going to calculate themselves. You have a few legacy rules that are from previous books and a bunch of unofficial rules that are available as well. I normally turn on better mask supercharger because I like the mask and superchargers to work the first round for free. So I just turned that on here.
Oh, that's nice.
BA grab bars on standard mechs, so your battle armors are just hanging for their dear lives, holding to a mech. Yeah, you can put that on there. You have a lot of options you can turn on here, but advanced rules is a good chunk of that. Advanced combat, same kind of things. That's where you can start adding everything you want. Do you want to have the PPC field inhibitor disengage rule turned on? You can turn it on. TAC Ops charge damage turned on or off. Glancing blow, direct blow, burst fire MGs. You name it. All the rules that are in TAC Ops are here. You can turn them on or off as needed. Rapid fire autocannon is here, and there's kinder rapid fire autocannons if you want the autocannons to suck a little bit less. You know, it's not a bad thing. Retractable blades, wood covers. here is when you get to the stuff that you generally won't be playing a whole lot of times, let's say, and that if you start clicking all of that because you want all of it because you paid for the whole book, you can, but even MegaMek will start being chugging along at that point, and sometimes you're going to click on a target and you're going to not even understand why you can't shoot at it. So go by what you feel like more than anything else for those settings. There's also a bunch of unofficial things that you can turn on. The best one to turn on is unjam ultra auto cannons because that makes them better. You can increase the damage for your auto cannons as well. You've got all sorts of options that you can turn on and off. This is really up to you. Same thing with ground movement. All sorts of things you can turn off. You'll see a lot of people turn on sprinting from TAC Ops. It's a fun rule, so that's good to put there. But here, once again, it's a bunch of rules you can turn on or off as needed to try to get things rolling. One thing that I do like to turn on as well, vehicles can be abandoned. Because if you... Printer just ended, so it made his little jingle. Vehicles can be abandoned is very good to have turned on because it allows you to actually, eject from vehicles. And it's a thing to really speed up gameplay. If you've got, a Pegasus that's stuck at the end of the map, not doing anything, never really doing any good, just eject the pilot from it and problem will be solved. I usually have ejected pilots flee turned on as well, because if you don't have that, the crew of the mech or the vehicle that ejected is going to be on the map as a unit. It's going to be an initiative sink. It's going to be, there's all sorts of things that it can cause. I usually turn that on just to speed things up. And, once again, all sorts of things. Aerospace rules, if you're really crazy and you want to bring all sorts of aerospace fighters, have fun. Go in there and start adding it. I've got very, very few rules turned on that because I don't want to make things too complicated, let's say. RPG related is where you turn on your pilot special abilities, edge, and such. So you can turn that on here. Nothing super special. So this is really the game options. Set them up as you want. I've got my own stuff. You do your own stuff. I'm not your mom. Fill out what you need. Save it. You don't need to because it's going to remember what you've done. But if you save them, you can load them at any time as well. So if it worked really well for a couple of games and then you started messing with things and it starts really not working like you want it to, click load and grab it. Make sense to everyone? I suppose so. You have the option to generate a random army, but I've never really messed with that. What you really do is add combat unit, and from there, you can choose what you want to add. It's sorted by groups here. Inner Sphere Introductory is your Succession War mechs. Non-box set is everything else. Well, not everything, but a good chunk of it. Clan Total Warfare is your basic clan mechs. You've got advanced clan mechs, advanced Inner Sphere mechs, experimental stuff. So you've got all sorts of things there. It really depends on how you've built your mech and how you've filled things out here. I'm just going to go with something very simple here. I'm going to grab myself an archer because it's always a fun thing to grab. What's the 9W? This is the one with the void sig. Too fancy for me. That's the one with tons of what one? Which one do I just want to bring here? I want to bring something simple. There, 4M2. 4M2 is a very basic one. So I'm going to put in archer. Then a sentinel. And then let's say, I'm just going to make myself a quick lance here. A Shadowhawk. 7M. Go with something fairly simple. And the Mongoose. A Mongoose 66B. There we go. So I've got a lance. Something very simple. You've got your battle values on the right here. They're gonna change depending on what I change my stuff as. It says if your mech has a quirk. It says if the auto eject is turned on or off. So you've got your basic things here. I double click here, and I can edit my pilot. I'm gonna put him as a 4/4. I could add any special pilot ability that I want in the pilot tab. In the equipment tab, I can choose what kind of ammo I want to have loaded. LRM 20s with Artemis sounds good to me. Deployment, nothing special there. Quirks, it's the actual quirks of the mech. You could go and edit if you wanted to. I'm not going to go mess with that. If I click next, I go to my next mech, and I could do the exact same thing. I'm just going to have all the pilots be 4/4s. You can select their name, their nickname. You can go and get a funky picture for them. I've got all the weird Elkite stuff. The basic pictures are very, very basic, as you can see. There's quite a few of them, even in the base thing, if you want to mess with it. You don't need to. It's really up to you. So on the Sentinel, Inner Sphere Gauss ammo. Okay, I can't really modify that, so I'm just going to go with this. This Shad 7M, well, I could go and change any of the ammo for the LRM-15. I've got pretty much everything turned on, so all of it is really there. I'm just going to leave it standard, though, just to be sure. My pilot's already a 4/4. Nothing to really mess with more than that. Last pilot, already a 4/4. It's a Mongoose. He's got no special equipment. You can disable or enable the auto eject from here. If it's enabled, as soon as you get an ammo crit, your pilot's going to eject. That's what you need to know about automatic ejection. It is good in campaigns. It is terrible in everything else. So I've got a bunch of 4/4 people in 4 little mechs here. I can go and put them a color. I don't know. Corporation, Mountain Wolf. There we go. I mean, even if it's not the real unit you want, I mean, you can just go and get the one that you like. That's the most important thing. If the other player doesn't have the color pack that you just chosen or the skin you chose, it'll be a nice mech with a red X on it. This means that you don't have the camo pack the other guy is using. But you'll still be able to play against one another. It's not a problem. So I've got my unit here. And since I'm playing on my own here, I'm playing with myself, I can click add bot. First I'm just going to add bot here. Add bot brings up our friend Princess. Is Princess a good player? It's random. Okay, you've got all sorts of different things you can ask her to do. Okay, from pirates to berserk to ambusher to cowardly default. I mean, you've got all sorts of different things you can ask her to do. But one thing you need to know is that you can force her to do all sorts of different things. But she is very random. Okay, some days she'll want to be absolutely crazy, and some days she's going to be one of the worst player of Battletech you've ever met. Okay, and yes, those settings have a very big incidence on that. Play with them as you're learning to play against Princess, basically. So it is a good tool to use. Princess does like force withdrawals, but you can turn it off if you really don't want her to run away. You can, I am a pirate, exclusive earning. You've got a few different things, and there's a README to really give you more info on what each of those settings really do. You can add strategic target, basically tell her, like, yeah, you have to kill the archer. Well, you'll enter the unit ID, and it'll know that it needs to kill the archer, as an example. So you can customize your princess, your own princess, to do what you want her to do. That's basically it. So it does allow you to have a little bit more flexibility there. So I'm going to add a princess. I'm going to click on her. I'm going to give her the Steel Wolf camo, and I'm going to give her a Timber Wolf.
3.
Timber Wolf 3. Geez, there's so many Timberwolf, especially since we've got some custom ones. One from the Blessed Order. There, we'll go to Timberwolf A and a I don't know, what could we go with? That'd be funny. A Blackhawk H. We laughed about it earlier. Let's just go with a Blackhawk H. We have a difference of 1,200, but it's not that bad. I'm going to put that Timberwolf pilot at 4-4. There we go. So we've got Princess with 2 mechs. We've got me with 4 mechs. You've got a run simulation here. You can click that, and it'll team 1 the scenario. There. It is very fun. It tells you what's going to happen already. That's really an evaluation. It really sees what's going on here. But it is a way to, if you want to just not roll the dices and just want to see, like, could the lance I just built for this tournament work against the lance my buddy built for the other tournament? Click run simulation a couple times, and you'll see if you're going to win or not. Once you've got everything set up, you probably want to select a map or two, because playing on one map with all those mechs would probably be a bad idea. So I'll go 2-2. It generates maps randomly if you're not wanting to select any. The randomizer for the maps is sometimes very aggressive, so not always the best thing. I'm just going to choose a set of maps here. So I'm just going to go and put in... You can put the maps in different ways, rotated, upwards, backwards, etc. So there's a few little options. I'm just going to go with that, put myself 4 boards. And you probably want to go to configure player and say where you start. So I'm going to start on the south edge, 3 X's. Basically, you can start wherever you want, whichever direction.
Yeah, just remember, don't leave it at any.
Never leave it at any, because things get really funny in that case. Yes. You can set up minefields. You can set up all sorts of things, but I'm just going to go here, south, 3 X's, and I'm going to go to my friend Princess and say north, 3 X's. It's a very basic deployment. You can do offsets. You can do all sorts of things through the deployment page, but after that, you click I'm done, and it brings you to MegaMek itself, to the actual map and everything. I agree. I honestly didn't sleep all that well last night either. So,
well, when I told you this morning what.
Some of us have been harder than others.
Yeah.
So I lost the initiative, so I have to deploy first. I'm going to put a mongoose all the way on that side. There's different things you can turn on and off as well. Is it Control T or just T? With T, you turn on the just to give you an idea here of the isometric view of the different levels. I love using that. It really is better than just seeing level 2, level 1. It does give you a bit more of an idea of what you have to see. Through view, you can turn on other things as well. Map coordinates, darken outside of field of view, which I generally do because it really tells you if you see or don't see something. And show possible move, always turn that on because it'll tell you where you can move rather than having to guess. So a pretty good thing to turn on. So here you have more things you can turn on and off. You can zoom in and zoom out using your mouse wheel. Right-clicking on the map will allow you to move it. So nothing super complex, but all things that you might want to have. I click deploy. Yeah, I have to deploy 2 mechs here. So I'll deploy my Shadowhawk here in the middle. Princess deployed her Timberwolf over there. So I'll deploy a Sentinel over there. And my Archer over there as well. We'll see how it goes. So it tells you the turn order, how many BV you've got left, the basic information here. I won the initiative because I've got a nice +1. That's from the Archer's command module, basically. Once it is your turn to move, well, I am going to see what she did. She moved Air Nova over there. So I see what I can move from here. Blue is walk, yellow is run. Pink, as you can see, there's some pink here. That's your sprinting if you're using the sprinting rules. I'm going to bring my Archer up on that hill here. You see what you see. Once you move from here, you see all the gray is what I don't see right now with the Archer. If I move it here, you see the gray-ish region, the darkened region. I've changed because I see a little bit more. I'm on top of a level 2 at that point if I move there. So I'm going to move there. And then it's going to click done and it'll automatically, click move and it'll automatically move my unit and send me to my next one. If you want to jump, there's no jump jets. Oh, it's a Sentinel. Of course, there's no jump jets on a Sentinel. If you run and walk or whatever, you can just click and it'll just calculate. If I went to the Shadowhawk, you can click on the unit on the map. Doesn't work most of the time. So just click on the unit on the right side here where you've got your unit list. Got my Shadowhawk. If I click jump, it gives me a red bubble of where I can jump. If I go back to walk, I've got my walking distance. So you choose from that. You've got the backup if you want to move backwards. You got your options for DFA, your go prone, your eject, climb mode. You've got all sorts of things right here. But most of the time, you're just going to be clicking walk or jump and back up. That's your most common ones. Of course, you're going to use charge every once in a while because you're suicidal, but that's up to you.
Now, how would you toggle a mask or a supercharger?
It automatically kicks itself in.
Okay.
So if you've got, I don't have any, I should have put a mech with a mask. Does the Mongoose? No, the Mongoose doesn't have a mask. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Sadly, it doesn't. It's not a version that has a mask. Basically, you'll normally have an orange section in your move. And that orange section is your supercharger or your mask. So you'll have a blue for walk, yellow for run, and pink for sprint. Or if you have an orange, it's because you've got a mask. So if you move all the way with that, you're gonna be stuck. If you want to turn, let's say I want to move here, it costs me 11, and I want to turn my Mongoose to look forward. I click turn, and I point in the direction where I want it to turn, and it'll turn in that direction. If you look, I'll zoom in. See, there's a little arrow telling you in which direction I'm going to go. I can press escape, takes me out of all the movement I've done. I can move here. I could turn, point in another direction. The little arrow now goes in another direction. So you've got those options. I'm actually going to sprint here, sprint 15, all the way over there. I haven't moved with my Sentinel. I mean, I could just, once again, you move it, then turn if I wanted to turn. You can waypoints as well if you want to move, here, then here, then, no, I'm just turning right now. Move here, then move back. I haven't done the waypointing very often. Yeah, you click like 3 forward and back, and it's just going to move forward and back. Is it a great idea? Probably not, but gives me, you have that option if need be. I'm just going to move here. And Princess already moved their stuff, so we're good to go. Now I can see what I can shoot. We're in the shooting phase. ER medium lasers. Your weapons are in the toggle on the side here. If you click on something, line of sight blocked by woods. I cannot shoot there, but I could shoot the Timberwolf. So I can click the Timberwolf. It'll tell me target out of range. Well, I still can't hit it. If I go to the LRMs, well, it tells me I need a 14 to hit. So 4 for my gunley. Attacker walked, extreme range, intervening woods. My chances to hit a 14 on 2d6 is pretty low. But, I mean, you see here the full calculation. So if you want to learn how the calculations work, you can do it from there as well. Always Gator. So gunnery, attacker movement, target movement, range, and all the random bullshit that can happen. I'm not going to be able to shoot anything this turn, so I'm just going to go skip firing. You can choose your mode. If you are with missiles, I could switch to put it in direct fire by clicking on mode. I could spot by using spot. So you've got your different options at the bottom here. If you need to torso twist, that's where the twist option is. Allows you to change the direction of your shooting. You always have the brackets showing. So your short range, your medium range, your long range, your extreme range, which is allowed in MegaMek with the rule set I've put, and the rest, well, it's out of range. This is basically, I think, the sensor range, which is as far as you could basically see. Can you target woods as an example? Well, I could target like a piece of wood right in front of me. My target X, it just shoot at the X, or target X ignite if I want to turn it, set it on fire. That's up to you, of course, but this is how you would do it. If you want to target a specific X for setting things on fire or laying down a minefield with Thunder Fast Cam, this is how you would do it. You select the X, you go target the X, and then select the weapon you want to shoot at. So you've got your options there. Just going to skip firing everything because I don't think anybody, maybe the light Gauss is in range for something because it's a light Gauss. Hey, I can hit, I have an opportunity to hit the Blackhawk. I will. So it tells me I need a 12, 3% chance to hit. So my gunnery of 4, I ran, target moved, target sprinted, long range. Hey, I got a bot. Let's just kick the bot. There we go. So I selected the weapon I want to fire. I selected my target. I click fire. And you'll see there's a little plus that appears next to the name of the weapon, meaning that I'm firing that weapon. The LRM is at, takes a 14. The Streak SRM2 won't hit. So I'm just going to go with that. I fired. I needed a 12. I rolled an 11. Well, that's bad luck, but it happens. I mean, I could have done a first turn crit and blown everything up. You never know. It's Battletech. So, first turn, nothing really happened, but we're good to go. Nobody on her side. Princess didn't shoot. It generates the eat, removes the eat. Everything is done. Thank you very much. We're good to go. Click done, and it brings us to the next phase. So, there we go. Click done. And she moves first. So the Timberwolf's down there. I'm gonna, if I move here, the Sentinel does see the Timberwolf. So we'll move here with the Sentinel and see how it goes. I won't move the Archer. It's comfy on there, up there. I don't see much with the Shadowhawk if I move here. really, it's really great to have those darkened X's because it will show you like what you see and what you don't see. If I move ear, I do see the Black Hawk. If I move ear, I don't see anything. If I move ear, I don't see much either. If I jump and go somewhere fancy, I still just see the Black Hawk. So I'm just going to move ear and be done with it. The mongoose is really quick, but it can't do much. I'm just going to go hide it in the woods over there by sprinting. And we're back to the shooting phase. What can I shoot at? Well, the Timberwolf, it seems. The medium lasers won't reach, it tells me. If I click on the LRMs, 3% chance. 3% is a chance. So I'm going to shoot both LRMs. Medium lasers can't shoot. You don't need to click skip. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't need to. So just select the weapons you want to shoot and click done firing. So this one's done firing. The Sentinel, what can I shoot with? Oh, that's the Gauss rifle Sentinel. Okay, that's a bit more fancy. It can potentially hit the Timberwolf. I'm just going to shoot and be done with it. Basically, I'm just wanting to show what we can do here. The medium laser doesn't reach. The light Gauss needs a 12. The LRM-15 needs a 12. Well, we're still going to shoot because we can. So the Sentinel just got hit by an ERPPC and lost 15 points of armor in its right arm. That's the standard kind of situation. Oof. Oh, yes. Adaman, it's always, I mean, I always leave the streams up if you want to watch the whole thing. Or, I mean, if you want to skip to this, I might actually do a breakdown here and move things around. I mean, the Sentinel just took a bad beating. The LRMs miss. The Gauss rifle miss. The light Gauss miss. The LRM-15 misses and doesn't start any fire. Okay, well, that's a start. So we're good to go. And now things are going to get very nasty because we're getting into actual combat range with 2 clan mechs. All right. Did I win or lose the initiative? I won the initiative. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave the archer up there and wait for something to shoot at. You. Well, if I move here, I might have partial cover, which is not a bad thing to have. So I'm just going to hide a little bit. Well, there goes the Black Hawk. I've got like a lot of long range guns, which is not always the best thing to have in a way.
I mean, for a time, yes. Then they close and then it gets uncomfortable.
I might have brought too many Gauss rifle to a knife fight.
That is the first time I ever heard someone say I brought too many Gauss rifles. Like,
through that is not a thing that normally happens.
Indeed.
Where do I want to send the mongoose? Oh, the Timberwolf already moved. It's up there. You can just go and say hi to the Timberwolf. Yeah, there we go. We're going to go say hi to the Timberwolf. I don't know how Princess is going to behave. Okay. I can shoot the ER medium lasers at the Black Hawk on the 13. That's not going to happen. The LRM-20s hit on a 9, and on the Timberwolf, they hit on a 10. Well, I'm going to shoot at the Black Hawk. Let's just go with that. Well, the Gauss rifle's in a decent range, but yeah, that's a... Oh, no, I don't want to shoot at my own mongoose. I turned on friendly fire, so I can shoot at my own guys, but I do have to be a little bit careful there. If I want to shoot at the Mad Cat, it's a 9 and an 8 or an 8 on the Black Hawk. Well, I'm going to shoot at the Timberwolf. Well, we're going to show it how you do it. So I'm going to shoot the Gauss rifle at the Timberwolf. Oh, and you can see here my medium laser being in the right torso. My arc for fire is now different. So if I really wanted to shoot at the Blackhawk as well. I do have the torso twist. One thing that I have to warn everybody, as soon as you torso twist, all your weapons that you fired are taken out of the firing solution. So you have to do it again. So I'll shoot this at the Timberwolf. And at the Blackhawk, I want to shoot the medium laser and small laser. So I select the Blackhawk and shoot the other 2 lasers. It automatically calculates what you need to hit. So that's good for you. Oh, I don't see the Timberwolf with the Shadowhawk. So I'm just going to unload on the Blackhawk with the weapons I got. And the Mongoose, well, just be a Mongoose. Shoot everything, generate too much heat, and the heavy medium lasers are starting to shoot here. I have a feeling that Sentinel might not feel too good. Well, the Niar PPC also just clipped the leg of the Mongoose. That's also not very good.
That's not healthy.
Hey, no crits. I've got no crits. I'll take it.
Here.
The Archer misses. The Archer misses. The Sentinel misses with everything. Wow, I hit with a light Gauss. And, well, the Mongoose is going to hit with most of its weapons as well. The Mongoose doesn't fall in its butt. The Sentinel doesn't fall in its butt. Hey, we've at least got something going. Turns out, since there are physical attacks this turn that are possible, it does give me the option. So my Mongoose is the only thing that can do a physical attack, so it's brightened up. I click on the Timberwolf, and it'll give you your option. Punch, kick, club, brush off, trash, dodge, push. Well, my options right now are kick or kick, so I'll kick. And the Timberwolf kicks me and misses. I hit the Timberwolf with a kick for 5 points of damage. It would have been great if it fell over, but, Princess is being princess and rolling crazy numbers.
You tried.
That's the only thing you can do,
Indeed.
Right? And I mean, making a Timberwolf fall on its butt by kicking it with a Mongoose, and then the next turn it's not able to get back up. I've seen that happen. So, E-generation. So everything on my side, no big issue. The Timberwolf's running a tiny bit hot. The Blackhawk is not running hot, even though it's shooting a bunch of heavy lasers. Bad things are looking bad for me. So I lost the initiative, which is also bad for me. Gonna move you there, so might be less woods in the way when you're trying to shoot. And I've got to move another guy. That's where it hurts a little bit more. Shadowhawk, back up, all the way up that hill. It automatically says that if I want to do that movement, I'm gonna have to roll some piloting skill checks. I'm gonna fall, aren't I? I didn't fall. That's incredible. I didn't fall. Where's the Mad Cat going? Okay, the Mad Cat's going in a weird direction.
Yeah, he's a strong, independent clanner. You don't need no man.
Probably should, because showing your back is never a good idea in Battletech. And that's a regular Battletech thing to say here, not in MegaMek. You should never show your back to someone. There's less armor in your back. And I just said that, and I just, have my Mongoose and my Sentinel, I'll show their back to the Blackhawk. But, if I can blow up a Timberwolf, I'll take it. Princess is trying to figure out what she needs to do now, I guess. I don't like it when the computer has to think. That's not a good sign.
Either that or you're doing your job as a human player.
Princess just realized she fucked up. 9 or 11s. Well, I'll shoot at 9s. My Archer's not doing anything good this game, but that's how it is. That's an 8, and that's a 10. So, yeah, shoot at the Timberwolf for an 8. and shoot at the Blackhawk with the 2 lasers. We've got that going. You Light Gauss on the Mad Cat and LRM-15 on the Mad Cat. Let's just shoot everything I can at that Mad Cat and hope for the best. Blackhawk is not doing that good this turn. Only 1 heavy medium laser hit, which means I could shore off the entire armor off the right torso. But the Timberwolf flipped its arm backward. Well, it's a thing that happens with mechs with flippy arms. That's an ERPPC that just blew out my right leg, going all the way to the right torso, hitting the engine. Well, that's a thing. Okay. Oh, the glancing blow, so I only take 7 damage from the other ERPPC. That's still not very good.
Timberwolves can flip their arms.
The Archer's doing some damage now.
No,
most people don't remember that, like, as soon as you've got PPCs or autocannons in arms of clan mechs, they don't have the actuators, so you can always flip them, which is pretty useful. I did hit some missiles on the Nova. Gauss miss, medium laser miss, small laser hit, direct blow, 4 damage. Light Gauss miss, LRM-15 miss. It's not very good. Medium laser, ER large laser, small laser hit. Mongoose is going to fall over, and that is for sure, because it lost a leg. I am not doing very good here. Hey, I did hurt the Timberwolf a bit. The Blackhawk is battered. Physical attacks, I can punch the Blackhawk from underneath. Oh, but he can kick me and blew out my left arm. Oops, that's my Gauss rifle gone. But I punched him in the leg, okay? That's all that matters. I punched him in the leg.
Moral victory.
There you go. I am not doing very good here. Yes, I am playing very quickly as well. I am not thinking of what I'm doing. All right. Well, you're moving there, eh? Well, I'm going to move here. And the Sentinel lost its Gauss rifle, so, the one good weapon it adds. So I'm just going to stay close to the Shadowhawk. Not the Shadowhawk, the Blackhawk. And the Shadowhawk from here can't see much. And I'll bring it forward. And this guy's prone. I can click get up and try to get him back up. But having lost a leg probably means it's not going to do very good. If I do climb mode, it can try to get back up, the careful getting back up kind of thing. But it probably won't do much here. I need a 14 to hit this, or a 15 to hit this with the ER medium lasers, or a 12, or a 13. Wow. I am not in the best spots here. Sentinel. What? I've got more chances to hit the Timberwolf. Let's just shoot at the Timberwolf then. Shadowhawk. That's a 11 and that's a 13. So we're going to shoot at the Timberwolf and hope for the best. And you're down, but you're pointing in the right direction. Down, but pointing in the right direction is usually a good thing. So I'll be able to shoot one of the laser in the arm and the torso laser, since I've propped it up, and the head laser. And I can't shoot the other laser because, well, I'm propping myself up. It tells you here in the 2-hit section, it tells me prone and firing with from other arm already. So it does tell you what's going on.
You see, this is the thing about Battletech, is when you are losing, that is when the best stories are made.
I mean, I've seen silly and stupid thing happen more often than you'd want.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there goes the mongoose destroyed by engine destruction. That's what heavy medium lasers do to a. Did he shoot every single one of his heavy medium lasers? Looks like it. The mongoose had no chance of surviving this turn. Not with that many heavy medium lasers hitting. Direct blow to the left leg. 12 transfers to the torso, transfers to the center torso. Yeah, things got pretty nasty.
And
there.
it's gone.
Oh, and the Timberwolf's also shooting at the mongoose. That mongoose is very dead. The LRMs are doing jack. The Sentinel, it with a medium laser. Medium laser, hey. Center torso critical, but didn't do anything really good with it. ER meat large, small laser. The enemy succeeded its piloting trick. I mean, it would have been a fun thing to just see someone fall on their face here. I'm going to kick the Timberwolf. Now the Timberwolf falls over. Now things might get funny. Oh, the pilot didn't fall unconscious from falling over, because that's also things that happen in Battletech. Light mechs can die quickly. Light mechs always die quickly, but they die in spectacular fashions. All right, well, nobody's shut down. Well, one's dead, but worse things could have happened there. Let's see if the Timberwolf can get back up. That's the big thing here. If someone gets back up or not. She did get back. No, that's the Blackhawk moving in. Okay. Well, I have to move both my guys before he moves his guys. So let's move in and I'll move the Sentinel up here and try to kick at the. Okay, she got back up. It does mean that he didn't move a whole lot. So that's good and bad for me. So the Mad Cat needs a 7 to hit with the medium ER mediums. Oh, I have to twist my torso. So twist torso this way. Then I select the Mad Cat. Going to shoot both ER mediums and both LRM 20s, and maybe something good will happen. The Sentinel will just keep shooting at the Blackhawk. Ear, how much do I need to hit the Timberwolf? A 10. Or an 11 on the Blackhawk. Well, that's what a medium laser, though. How much with the light Gauss? An 8. And 9. And a 10. Well, let's just shoot and see how it goes. The Archer takes an heavy medium laser to the left torso. A few nice little ERPPCs and medium pulse lasers and all the fancy stuff. 20 missiles hit from an LRM 20. That usually makes things a little bit prettier. An ER medium laser. You miss like an idiot. The light Gauss. Okay, center torso critical. Nothing bad came of it. My Archer falls over now. Well, that's tragic.
Wah, wah.
And we're going to try kicking. And I kicked his left arm for 4 points of damage. There we go. Hey, things are happening.
Have you penetrated the armor on any of the mechs yet?
What's the Mad Cat look? If you hover over the mech, you see the damage that you've done to it. No, I have not gone through the armor of the Timberwolf, but it's not looking very clean here. The left torso is not looking very good. The right leg's not looking very good. So it's at half armor, basically. The Blackhawk's in very good condition. Me, I am in a terrible condition, period. Oh, well, you want to do that, eh? I need to get up. I got up. We're good. I'm up. Very bad things could have happened if I hadn't gotten up here. Oh, Princess has to think of what she's doing with her Blackhawk again. Now what do I do?
All right, positive waves.
I'm going to go over his Blackhawk and try to kick it with the Shadowhawk to blow the head off. It's silly, but it can work. I need to kick the Timberwolf, and I have to get the Timberwolf to fall down. So it's pretty much my options here. So 2 ER medium lasers this way. The rear firing ER medium lasers are going to go on the Blackhawk. So you select your target, and that's all you need to really do. And I need 13s for the LRM, so I'm not going to shoot those. So
positive waves. It's a beautiful kick.
I mean, there's some fantastic things that could happen right
Indeed.
there. There's also some really silly things that could happen right there.
Hey, stop them negative waves.
Should be negative here. Only one heavy medium laser so that's a good start. Oh, well, there's an ERPPC and a medium pulse laser blowing off in hand and an upper arm actuator, and one of the LRM 20s going off. But hey, one ER medium laser small laser and that's it. Whoa, that is not very good. Physical attacks. I can kick my own Sentinel. That wouldn't be very smart to do. But I will try kicking the... Yeah, you can't do anything, so I'll skip attacks. And Shadowhawk, try kicking the head off the Blackhawk, which I have seen happen. And this is exactly what happened.
Yes. See?
Wow.
Positive waves.
Positive. So 11 points of damage. So the head's not destroyed, but I do a crit to the head, to the standard cockpit. The pilot dies. Well.
These are the stories that live on in Battletech.
Of playing Battletech. The Shadowhawk being the hero.
When the chips are down, the Shadowhawk delivers a kick to the face. As you do.
And it did pretty damn good. Now, can I take out a Timberwolf with a busted up Archer, a Shadowhawk that's in really good shape, and a busted up Sentinel? The answer might surprise you. I have to move everyone before they move. That's very bad for me. We'll see. Oh. Okay, that's a position to be in. I can shoot one ER medium laser and one LRM 20. It's good enough. You never know. Sentinel can shoot its medium laser and its small laser, and you never know as well. And the Shadowhawk can shoot everything because it's not like it's going to overeat, and it's not like I care. Well, there goes ERPPC and the left torso being destroyed, and the medium pulse laser doing all sorts of damage, and a foot actuator being blown off, and a right leg being destroyed, and a standard gyro being destroyed. Well, that's all funny things that happen. The Archer is not in a very good shape right now, but it did it with an ER medium laser back. There's that, and a medium laser and a small laser from the Sentinel, and the Light Gauss doing an engine crit and a medium pulse laser destroyed. That's more interesting. The Archer falls over. That was quite expected. And you know what? You know, the kicks to the face worked. So let's keep kicking to the face. Well, it hit the right torso this time rather than the head, but it's going through the right torso. And done. What is it looking like? A Timberwolf at 18-8, an archer that's fallen over, a sentinel with only one arm, and a Shadowhawk that is just chilling out. Well, that's... I mean, they still have more BV than I do. But, you know. I honestly don't know how things are going to look like. So I'm just going to turn my guy a little bit, so I might be able to... no, I've lost an arm, so I don't think I'll be able to do much. But you never know. I lost the initiative. That is still not a good thing. But I'm going to move myself this way. And you all the way up that hill. See where things go. Princess turned like... Oh, yeah, she's at 18 eats, so she's got like minus tons of movement. She's at 2-3. Well, that explains why they didn't move a whole lot. Well, I'm gonna target not an arc. I can't really shoot much. Can't shoot the LRMs at it. I can shoot one of the medium. No, I can't even shoot the lasers at it because I can't prop myself up. So the archer is pretty much done. Medium laser, small laser. And twist the torso on the Shadowhawk. Make sure you click twist. Then shoot everything because I've got no reason not to. Medium laser and small laser, it. Medium light Gauss, it. No crits. The LRM 15, 9 missile, it's. And the Streak SRM 2, it's. Hey, we'll take it. The Timberwolf is not shooting because she wants to lower the eat down, probably because of how Princess is programmed for that particular preset I used. So that gave me a free turn of its on a Timberwolf. But now they're back to 5-8 movement. But you can see 70 armor out of 230. The internal's not looking too good. They've got an engine crit. I'm not sure if she's not going to run away, actually. I think they're running away because of how the presets are done. No, I don't want you to move, but I want you to turn this way. Maybe I'll be able to shoot missiles at her. Bring the Sentinel right behind and try to do something fancy. Bring the Shadowhawk this way and try to do something fancy. Now I should be able to shoot the LRMs at the Timberwolf, though. Yeah, I need a 12, but, 12 is a number you can roll on 2d6.
Truer words have never been spoken.
As long as you can roll it, it's worth shooting. All right. The Timberwolf is now damaging the Shadowhawk. It's not looking as good as it was. The LRM-20 doesn't do much. A small laser doing it on the right leg. Oh, the light Gauss did some light Gaussy things. Right torso section destroyed. Limb blown off right arm. Still roll 3 crits on the right torso. Engine, SRM ammo. Everything's going a kabalooey. Destroyed by engine destruction because I blew out one of the crits on the left torso for the engine, and the other 2 crits were on the right torso right there. 3 engine hits, destroyed mech. See, you should never give up in Battletech. You never know when fun things are going to happen. And I have defeated Princess, and I only lost a Mongoose, an arm on a Sentinel, and most of an archer doing it. That sounds like a normal battle in the clan invasion. Wow.
It's a good trade.
So, yeah, I might be able to salvage some heavy medium lasers out of this. And here I could go /victory. Princess admits defeat. I click done, and it'll bring me to my victory screen. You can save a GIF summary of the game. This is an immense GIF that's going to give you like every movement that was done and everything that happened. I generally don't do it, but if you want, it's funny. And you can save a record file with the salvage of what happened in the mission. That's very good for campaigns. For single play, doesn't really matter. So we've done a full game, and things got really silly, including a Black Hawk being killed by a kick to the head. I'll take it. So this was a basic game, 10 rounds, Lance versus a two units of a clan mech. I was explaining things. As you can see, it didn't take all that long, maybe 40 minutes. And as things go on, and as you get more experienced, and as you don't have to talk on a mic because you're trying to entertain a bunch of people, things might get a little bit easier for you. It's not super difficult to use MegaMek, but there is a curve that you need to learn, and there's a lot of options you need to get used to. I mean, I got back to playing with MegaMek at the end of last year, and I hadn't played on it for like a couple of years before that. But once you get a hang of it, it gets pretty easy. And you can, since Princess is always ready, you can always have a game. That's the great thing. And if you want to play with people, if you get your Radmin up, you should generally be good. So it is getting a bit late for me as well here, because I do have to work tomorrow. I thank everybody for watching. I might just clip that portion where I was talking about MegaMek and make it an actual video. I need to figure out how to do that. But the live stream is always left on the channel, even though it hurts my analytics. I don't really care, because those live stream have all sorts of silly things being said and silly things being done. So it's worth keeping them around. Argyle said that the technically right is the best kind of right. Yes, just like you can't you can't spell success without suck. So thank you everybody for watching. Friday we have a video on the Stormwolf that is going to be available. It's a fun mech. It's in the same family as the other mechs we've been talking about, but it's a fun mech. I'm working on the Strider. I'm working on the Iron Cheetah. I'm working on the Shrike. I'm working on the Tundra Wolf. So yeah, I've got all sorts of things still piling up here on my plate. Literally on my plate, because I have a paper plate where I put my models when I prime them. So be nice to your moms, since the Tanky's not there to say it this time. And I hope you guys have a very nice rest of your evening. And I will see everybody later.